Hey, alright everybody, how's it going? Now, I wasn't going to make a video tonight, I've been super busy, but this article popped up all of a sudden and I had to make a video because first of all, it made me laugh, then it got me intrigued, and then it looked like it was more to the story than meets the eye. So, it's a Daily Fail article, so the headline is obviously misleading, right? It's to draw you in. Hate electric cars because electric cars cause all the bad things. If you stub your toe, it's because you own an electric car. Remember that, right? So, EV owners, this is the headline. It says, EV owners say their cars are making them sick. And it says EV owners, but they're talking specifically about one person by here, but they said EV owners say their cars are making them sick as driver claims her Tesla caused her nosebleeds and debilitating body pains and hair loss. Now, you might scoff, you might go, that's a load of rubbish. But if you read a little bit further down, it might have been her car that was making her sick. It's just not specific to electric cars. Right, so this article is by Nikki Main, science reporter for the Daily Mail. But obviously, to be a Daily Mail reporter, you've got to have these clickbaity headlines. So she must be good at that as well. Unless somebody else is in charge of the headlines, they send the story in, and then the clickbait team, it must be a clickbait team, go, what's the best angle to get the clicks? That's the clicks, isn't it? EV owners say their cars make their hair fall out. Right, so let's have a look what it's all about. Let's get to the nitty gritty. Why was her hair falling out? Why was the car making her sick? You might have read the story already. It starts off by saying, EVs may be safer for the environment, but owners claim the vehicles are causing harm to their health. Okay, so it says by a former Tesla owner has claimed that she experienced nosebleeds, hair loss, debilitating body pains while using the vehicle she purchased in 2021. She says, while she's not entirely sure the Tesla was at fault, she wasn't even sure the Tesla was at fault, the Georgia resident said her symptoms disappeared after selling the car. Now, was it electric car specific? Was it Tesla specific? Or could it be any car? Now, it says Tesla owners have had to trade in some models because their air conditioning systems were prone to mould, which can cause asthma-like symptoms, I mean to say. Now, mould growth in your heating system can cause, you can have health problems, but that isn't specific to EVs. Now, I did, vaguely back in my mind, I remember early Teslas, something to do with, somebody said, change your pollen filters every, it might have been 12 months or 24 months. I'm not quite sure, because they can get damp. And if they get damp, they can have mould spores grow in them, because it's not just damp in it, there's dust and stuff. It collects dust and stuff, and when it gets damp, it can, the right circumstances, you can get mould in your pollen filters. That's why you should always change your pollen filters. So there's a tip for everybody. Always get your pollen filters changed. Don't just leave them, because if they get damp for some reason or another, say like the little holes that get blocked when the water comes down off a windscreen, that can overflow. That can get your pollen filter to be damp. Once it's damp and there's all dirt in it and stuff, mould can grow, and then when you put the heater on, that blows into your lungs. And this is probably what the problem was with this woman. Also, you're supposed to have your air conditioning system, you can get like a car, it's called a car bomb. I hope that doesn't trigger any algorithms in YouTube. I mean, like, it's an aircon car bomb, and you put it in your car, pull the can, close the doors with the heaters running on recirculation. It goes all through your system, and it kills any mold spores in your system. And that's any car. I've done that to quite a few cars. I've had some old cars, and I always do the car bomb, aircon car bomb. So there we go, there's a tip for you. Always change your pollen filters. So let's have a look what it says a little bit further down. It says when she got rid of the car, her symptoms disappeared. Now, if you do know of any Teslas, if it's Tesla specific, of getting mouldy pollen filters, cabin filters, not air filters, whatever you call them. Put it in the comment section down below, okay? Now this was an article from ABC News, so it's an American article. And then this other person. Now this is the really stupid bit. I think this is the really pathetic, the grabbing at straws bit. Ed Kim, president and chief analyst of AutoPacific, told ABC News that Tesla cars can cause motion sickness because of the one pedal throttle. They said it's very jerky and really abrupt. But I think that's down more to the driver, isn't it? I mean, come on. They're grabbing at straws by here, aren't they? Clutching at straws, it should say. So it's not just, this article doesn't just say this woman had a mouldy air conditioning. This other person is saying that electric cars can cause motion sickness because people can't drive properly. I don't know. And what do you say by her? They're saying it would be a bit more jerky than a gas-powered car. But no, electric cars, if you drive them properly, they can be smoother than a gas car. This is a load of old ghoulies. Yeah, I'll leave a link to the article. You can go read the article because it's trying to make it sound like everything in an electric car makes you sick. So they're trying to say that one pedal driving makes you sick and mouldy pollen filters make you sick. But any car can have a mouldy pollen filter. This is not specific to electric cars at all. Bloody hell. What a load of rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. Ghoulies. So this woman's problem was nothing to do with electric cars specifically. It was to do with mould in the heating system. And like I said, you've got to keep on top of checking the pollen filters, cabin filters, whatever you call it. So let's have a quick look at I can't read an article anymore because it's the biggest load of rubbish ever. I mean, they could have wrote that article there and educated people, couldn't they? They could have educated people on keeping on top of your air conditioning system. But no, they got to blame electric cars for everything. Anyway, let's have a look down here to the old, what's it called? The comment section. Let's have a look if I can find it. Add a comment. Where is the comment? God, they hide it. They hide the comment section. I'll be back in a minute when I find it. Right, okay, I found the comment section. It took me a while, but they all seem to be from the United States. It's sort of an American article. But this guy said, as much as I'm glad to be rid of my EV and back in my ICE car. Shut up. Do you know what? I don't believe half of these the comment section in these places. I don't believe half of it. Anyway, that's by the by, isn't it? He said, I'm afraid I can't blame my lack of hair on it. There were a lot of other gotchas I didn't care for, but I lost my hair a while ago before we had an electric car. Then somebody said, and his name is Run 26 Miles. I'm not an EV fan. He's not an EV fan. But maybe if you spend several hours a day, every other day, sitting on those batteries, it could have some effect. Now, this electromagnetic thing has been checked by science, right? And there's not enough electromagnetic stuff to make you ill. It has been checked. You can argue that in the comment section if you want, but it has been checked. The next person said the majority of EVs run off coal. Shut up, rubbish. Right. Next person, Rumpelstiltskin. I read him before somewhere. All electrical devices have auras surrounding them, and it's the nature of our electromagnetic universe. Just sitting in an electric vehicle interferes with your body's electrical functioning. Maybe very small energy, but it does add up. Look, we've already discovered that there are problems with mould. Shut up, Rumpelstiltskin. Anyway, what's next? Mr. Whiplash says, they think they're sick now. Wait until you have to replace the battery in a few years. Check the battery price before you buy a used EV. Ugh. What's this person saying? JY, Tesla batteries are not emitting metals unless it's when the battery is on fire. The jerky throttle battery could be a problem. It's just, that's people's driving. The jerky throttle, it's got to be down to people's driving, surely. We all know about how unhealthy it is to live next to electricity power plant and power cables. So why sit on top of a battery on a daily basis? Well, on that basis, don't stick a phone next to your Lego and talk on it. Like I have said before, I've read this before, and I've seen articles where science has checked the levels in cars, electric cars, and they're very, very low. EVs are not safe for the environment. Next person, EVs pollute more than ice over their lifetime. Coal-powered cars are not the future at this point. What is it with this coal-powered cars nonsense? These people who make comments shouldn't be allowed out of the house, honestly. The cause of the issues is most likely the driver sitting in the car regularly and being exposed to the intense electromagnetic fields which are created when the car is operating, and have been proven in experiments with electric vehicles. Yeah, proven to be so low that they shouldn't have any harm on human beings. That's what I've come across anyway. There we go. So that's enough. The comment section is a load of old rubbish anyway. But I thought I seen an article. I wasn't going to talk long either, but I've waffled on again as usual. So what do you think? Do you think electric cars make you sick? Any of you EV owners lost their hair or had nosebleeds? Put it in the comment section down below. It's nothing to do with electromagnetic. It's to do with her heating system had mould in it. That's definitely mould poisoning, what she had there. Is that Tesla specific, or is it just certain cars? Comment section. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ahoy!